So let's start with the topic on a lot of people's minds, this Delta variant. It's obviously surging in many parts of the country again. How could this impact the economy? How are you thinking about the impacts here?
Yeah, we certainly track the pandemic daily, not just in the US, but globally. I think, it has been disconcerting to everybody that we're seeing more cases, confirmed cases, and the potential for higher uh, hospitalizations and higher deaths. So we're concerned. I would say, however, that the last time we had a major run up in the pandemic, the most intense period of the pandemic, it didn't affect the economy as much as was predicted at that time. So, just to put this in context, when the pandemic hit in March, April of 2020, then obviously cases went way up and the economy went way down. So there was a perfect negative correlation. But the most intense period of the pandemic was actually December and January of 2020, 2021. And there, people were predicting a negative fourth quarter GDP growth in the US. That didn't happen. We got 4% plus in the fourth quarter of 2020. And then they're predicting negative GDP growth again in the first quarter of 2021. That didn't happen. We got plus 6% growth. So I think what has happened is that, yes, the pandemic's still with us, but US firms and US consumers have found ways to work, consume, produce while the pandemic's going on. And so much so that now national income is actually higher than it was before the pandemic, despite the pandemic not really being totally over here and despite the arrival of vaccines. So my assessment is that as in any crisis, you have to watch the Delta variant very closely and any other future developments. But there's been a lot of adaptation so far, and it's led to pretty good macroeconomic outcomes despite the pandemic.